back to the Nova Show. I'm Xandra, your host, as you know. Fortunately, I was a little sick last week, but we are picking back up the show with some really awesome stuff because I am here in the Nerve Center of my great friend, the one, the only Tim Eldred! Woo! Of course, if you've been following the Yamato fan base for a long period of time, you know all about Tim and his extensive work in the fandom. So tell us a little bit about everything in here, Tim.
Well, I'm standing in the nerve center of Cosmo DNA, which is the website I've been doing for 15 years now. Gasp! 15 years! And then during that entire time I've been researching and writing and drawing and just basically creating an online museum of everything that I could think of to bring Yamato and Star Blazers to the English-speaking world. And at the moment, it's over 1,000 pages long, and it's the biggest website of its kind in the entire world. Even
That
Japanese
includes Japan.
people like it. They've more than once, a Japanese person has come up to me and says, "I wish it was in Japanese," which is the opposite of what I've been saying all this time. I wish it was in English.
Now
And
you
there
have
it is.
to switch it around and make a Japanese version.
So I think what we're going to do here is just kind of take a turn around the nerve center and see what it all looks like.
Sounds good.
Right? So in order to do what I do for the website, I have to collect all the material I can find. And this entire wall comes from Japan. Everything you're seeing here was imported at some level, whether it was imported to a company here who localized it or if it came directly from Japan. The two major sources that I have are websites like Amazon, where you can order stuff directly, or an agent who can buy it for you and ship it over. And I'd say probably a third of what you're looking at came to me through an agent. And some of it is real treasure. That's the only way you can get it because it's so rare that only another collector would be able to put it back into the secondhand market and get it to you. So this entire wall is anime, but it's not all Yamato. So we're gonna come closer and then just show you what relates directly to our favorite show.
Well, I had absolutely no idea as we were going through here. As such a vinyl enthusiast, I didn't know you had all the vinyl. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I mean, Yamato and vinyl, what could be better? Tell me about it.
Not just vinyl, but also Laserdisc.
Oh.
And what I like about both of these formats is how big they are. When you see one and when you hold one in your hand, you really feel like you've got something. It's not just a little disc with tiny artwork on it and little teeny tiny print. It's big, it's artistic. This is the entire run of Yamato LPs. And I'll just pull one out at random. This is the drama album for Final Yamato.
Oh, nice.
And it's gigantic. Look at this thing.
Oh my gosh.
Just about all of these were these big,
Cool.
giant gatefolds with books in them. This one has 3 LPs. And the entire story of the film that you can follow along. So if you didn't think you were ever going to buy it on video, this is one way to experience the movie over and over because you have the complete soundtrack with music and sound effects and everything, and you can literally follow along with the pictures.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Then the first video format to come out was VHS. After that came Laser, which was superior. It was sort of like the Blu-ray of its time. And we got these giant box sets. You remember the box set we saw over there? This is the video equivalent of that. Here's the entire first series on Laserdisc. It's kind of hard to handle and it's pretty heavy, but every single episode is here. And they would also make some really cool extras, like books to go with it. And
Now, is each disc an episode?
4 episodes.
Okay.
Yep.
I see them listed there. Awesome.
Yeah, let me show you the one for Yamato 2, which is even better because it has completely original artwork on all of the disc sleeves.
No way!
That never appeared anywhere else. And so, not only did you get the show, you got an art gallery to go with it.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah, so a scene like that was only found on this one disc in this collection.
I love how it's referred to as the perfect collection.
Yeah, and it is perfect.
It is.
You couldn't do this any better. Then we get to a transitional time. Let me show you this item right here. This is the first Yamato DVD.
Wow.
See, it says they're DVD, but
It
it's
is.
in this giant package, right? That's because it came out during the transition of time between Laserdisc and DVD. They figured collectors would go for this big package for the same reasons that I talked about before. But then, check this out. You open it up, and there's a DVD in there.
There it is! Oh my gosh!
And not even in the packaging that we're used to. This was a CD jewel
Yeah.
case. And so this is the first Yamato movie. It's Arrivederci. It was the first one that was released on DVD, and it marked a whole transitional format with this one approach to the packaging. And if we go for a side trip in the world of home video, we have VHD. This is a VHD for B for Every Yamato, Volume 2. And this was completely different. You had to get a whole different kind of player
Oh,
to
man.
put it in. And it's a giant cartridge. There's a disc in there. You'd slide it into your player. It would grab the disc and you'd pull it out. So it would stay in the player. You'd have to put it back in,
Oh, and put it.
flip it over like a record to play the other side.
Wow.
Yep.
And when was
So-
that in between?
Let's see if there's a date on this. There is not, but I'm guessing it was probably 1985 or so.
That's so cool. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
Showing my age.
This is what they used to watch back in the caveman days,
I see.
before you were born.
I know.